Welcome back to Instables, everyone. Again, going over our intraday swing and long perspective as we are leading into Powell coming in tomorrow after Powell speaking today, mentioning that we could possibly have increases in rates to come, mentioning that data to come before our next meeting will be very key. Where exactly we may be headed next, and what he means by that data is this Friday's non-farm payroll. Again, mentioning today that he wants to see lighter labor markets, but not necessarily large increases in unemployment, just softer jobs reports, so that way we can have a possible decrease in inflation dropping down to 2%. He said if we do not have that increase in unemployment, then there's no reason for us to think that we can get back to our 2% inflation goal. And with CPI coming out again next Tuesday after our recent CPI higher than expected, lower than our prior CPI, looking to see if we will get another increase in inflation or possibly continue on lower like we have been before our most recent CPI, which again, we did have a sell-off from. Again, we did have a spike. And then a couple days after that, we continued on lower with a gravestone doji as we did have that increase in PPI, our other inflation report. I'm going to go over exactly what we're looking for here. Hit the like button if you enjoy, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and if you are a day trader, if you want to see pre-market news that you want to be watching, if you're looking for data sets that you want to be watching, for example, 30 minutes before market open, the market very much does react to certain data sets and you didn't know that they were coming out, or 30 minutes after market open if you guys are trading out the gate movers, or just looking for those major volatile breakouts on news that we mention every single day in the Instables room, go to instables.com in the description below. And for only $15 a month, you will never miss a breakout alert today. Again, let's jump into this one. So jumping into the spy with you guys here, looking at our intraday perspective off the bat, again, looking at our daily candle structure so we know what we're anticipating next. Looking at our bullish and bearish candle structure within support and resistance levels is what exactly we're staying focused on here. Again, after we did have our engulfing candle at our support level between, again, 390 and 392 that we did mention as we were testing our 200-day moving average. We did have a spike. We had a continuation as we were leading into Powell going into today. We even mentioned that we would have a possible overreaction yesterday on that anticipation, but overall closing below our 20-day moving average as we did mention over the weekend and giving us that possible setup of an evening star. And that's exactly what we have here, guys, as we are testing, again, prior support, now resistance with, again, an inverted hammer here showing us that possible continuation on tomorrow's evening star. Again, Powell will be speaking again tomorrow after speaking today. We are going to possibly assume that we are going to continue to fill gaps to the downside if he does continue hawkish. Again, we did have prior gaps that we had on our way up here as we had our engulfing candle. So we're looking to see if we do continue on into those gaps, or if Powell does come out any more dovish, then we will be looking to see if we do bounce back, retest our 20-day, and then possibly continue on lower with another bearish candle setup. So again, that's what we're looking for as far as that bearish candle setup, is to see if we do either continue on with the bearish candle setup, retesting our 20-day, or if we do continue on with this evening star, typically that we do continue on lower with. But with Powell speaking tomorrow, again, we have to respect that data can come out. Now looking at our MACD here, again, looking at our increase and decrease in buy pressure and sell pressure. Again, making sure that we stay focused on this as we have our 12 crossing lower here. We are pointing down here, making sure that we are cautious, looking to see if we will increase in sell pressure going into tomorrow. If we will confirm more strength to the downside, we need to make sure we are careful as our EMA lines are crossing below the median of our MACD here. So again, we will keep that on watch. Again, going into tomorrow, Powell will be speaking, and leading into Friday with data that he mentioned will be on watch is going to be extremely key. Now looking at our weekly chart, looking at our swing perspective, again, we have been keeping an eye on our 20-weekly moving average crossing above our 50-weekly moving average, and that has been the watch here for that possible bullish candle setup. Currently, we are sitting on what is an engulfing candle to the downside. However, this engulfing candle is not closed, and we are currently still moving this week's candle. Again, we're only within 1 day of this candle. We'll see exactly how this candle closes. If we happen to have a bounce back going into tomorrow, a possible continuation on higher, possible bullish momentum intraday, then this candle can close as a possible engulfing candle to the upside. We are keeping an eye on a possible continuation if our 20-weekly moving average and our 50-weekly moving average gets that candle structure set up and respect to the upside. That will be that continuation and what we are watching out for this week. Again, watching exactly how this candle closes this week, guys, will be very key for that swing momentum that we're looking for. And then looking at our monthly chart, as we're looking at our swing momentum, we have been talking about, again, guys, as we did test our 20 monthly moving average. We did have that rejection last month, and then we did have that cool down. Now we are looking to see how this month's candle does close. This month's candle is very much interested in possibly completely covering this candle's prior body. And the reason why here is because we actually are opening within the lower end of our prior body, which gives us an opportunity to possibly close within our overall prior body's close. So we'll see exactly what happens if we get that possible bullish momentum that we ultimately need to close above our 20 monthly moving average to have that possible continuation here. So again, longs, very cautious, making sure that we do close with that bullish candle setup is also key here. We are cautious, and the reason why we have been very cautious is one of the most key indicators that we have been keeping an eye on here is our 12 and our 26 on our monthly MACD. We have not started to curl higher here for that possible cross and continuation. We are currently still pointing down, cooling down here overall. Again, since we did cross lower, we have been selling off here throughout the duration of our last year of trading. So again, we are going to be looking to see if we can cross higher here till we can assume any major bullish momentum. One thing that we do like, and again, why we're going to be watching out for that possible continuation is because we have been getting a decrease in sell pressure. We're going to see if we do continue on with our decrease in sell pressure and with our EMA lines crossing higher on our weekly chart, which could give us more confirmation, and that confirmation will be increases in buy pressure that we do not have currently. So again, that is our watch, guys. Swings and longs, looking for that confirmation on any continuation here as we are crossing higher with our 20 weekly moving average and our 50 weekly moving average. Now to recap on our intraday momentum, again, leading into tomorrow, as we do have our pullback, as we were testing our $400 level, now we do have our gap level that we did gap up from, very much testing here exactly on point. So again, we're going to see if we do continue on below our support level here, hold below this point. Maybe we get a possible higher spike here and then possibly close lower with another inverted hammer here, and then we continue on and retest our 200-day moving average with a possible doji candle. We'll see exactly what Powell mentions tomorrow, and then based on that will be our anticipation leading into Friday's non-farm payrolls. And again, like Powell mentioned today, that data will be key. Friday's non-farm payrolls showing us our employment numbers, and then Tuesday's inflation numbers will show us where we're going to be heading leading into our next Fed rate hike the following week. Now, again, with that said, if you are a day trader, again, if you're looking for very volatile breakouts, most breakouts have been pre-market news into open. We mentioned pre-market news 2.5 hours before market open. Any breakout that is worth looking at throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below. And for only $15 a month, you will never miss a breakout alert today again. And again, all of you Instables, again, take it with the market just as we have been. Pretty nice breakouts today, even though we had a very choppy day with Powell speaking, anticipating Powell, extremely choppy, but we did take with markets even on very high risk movers today. Very nice continuations. And again, Weight Watchers was actually the first one that we did alert, but again, mentioned very high risk. We did continue on higher throughout the rest of the day above that $5 level, continued on above $6 on the day. A very nice breakout. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.